So, this guy, apparently yesterday, he tweeted something, saying, liberals who spent a year calling Trump a fascist are today praising Fidel Castro, you can't make this up. And I'm going to talk about that in just a minute, but first I want to say, this video might be going up, say, about a week after I upload it, probably a bit less. Right now it's the 27th of November. And the reason it might be going up later is because I really want to record it right now, but I sort of need something to, I guess, fill the space. And I don't know if I'll have anything I really want to talk about then, but whatever. So this will be for then, probably. Anyway, on to what he said. He's right. Well, probably. There are probably a bunch of progressives who are calling Trump a fascist and are now praising Castro. But, and I'm going to type the Latin version of this in the description so you can know I'm not making this up, and chances are you've probably experienced it personally or via, say, a friend of a friend at least a few times in your life. At least in the media. I say that like the media is one big thing, that's for another day. But anyway, of the dead, nothing but good. It means don't speak ill of the dead, or at least that's what it means now. And yes, there are exceptions to this rule, like Hitler, Stalin, but Castro pretty much just died. I mean, really, you can't be surprised that people are going with, this thing that we seem to have very deeply ingrained in our societies by now. We seem to be moving away from it, yes, but it is still generally a big part of our societies, it seems. You can't blame people for not talking about the bad things he did, because that's just what we seem to do. Don't get me wrong, I'm not defending people praising Castro. I am, however, saying that calling out specifically progressives for praising Castro after calling Trump a fascist is not, it's not helpful to anyone's cause. If I'm correct, it's observational selection, which, and I'm very slightly paraphrasing here, is essentially pointing out favorable situations while ignoring the unfavorable ones. And it doesn't help. I mean, technically it might help you, because, you know, you're pointing out a favorable situation and ignoring the unfavorable one. But it doesn't help you when someone applies logic to your argument and knows at least more than one side of it. Of one side of the story, I mean. And I really don't know how to describe how I feel right now, because when it comes to politics, I don't really seem to take too much to any side. If I had to say, I'm probably sort of center-left and mostly libertarian. But I don't think that's relevant right now. I mean, it might be, and I might just be ignoring it because of my own bias. That's true. But it's not a liberal thing to praise Castro. It's something that we just seem to do with the dead. It's not that it was Castro, and it's not a liberal thing. It's a human thing for the dead. It's kind of like why you just don't desecrate a grave. Well, I don't mean to say that the two things are particularly similar, but it's just something that we tend to do. There's sort of not an honor, but a respect, I suppose, that we as humans seem to generally have for the dead. You know, you don't desecrate graves, you don't speak ill of the dead. There are a few other things you just don't do relating to the dead. And forgive me, I'm kind of tired as I record this, and my back really hurts, so that's being a bit of an issue. But anyway, you don't speak ill of the dead. It's just not something you do in most modern societies. I mean, I might be wrong about that, but it seems that way from everything I've heard, everything I've personally experienced, all of that. It just seems like we as humans have a very, very strong respect for our dead, whether they deserve it or not. I personally don't agree with that mindset. I heavily disagree with it, but that doesn't make it less common. Except by one person, I guess, technically. But, the reason I decided to make this video about it is because I really, really don't like people, when people, essentially attack their enemies using fallacies, especially when their argument is ignoring a very common social norm, like, of the dead, nothing but good. It really irritates me and really annoys me when people do this kind of thing, because it's, in my opinion, intellectually dishonest, and it doesn't actually help anyone. It makes them look worse. It makes their enemies look worse. It makes everyone look worse. It doesn't help you. It just makes things worse. In my opinion, anyway. But, yeah, that's really all I have to say. I just want to make this video right now, but, as I said, you might be seeing this a week from now, or just a day from now. I don't know. But, yeah. Don't commit logical fallacies, kids. And adults and the elderly and everyone. Just don't commit logical fallacies. You know, it's not a way to win an argument. It's a way to make yourself look worse. And it is sometimes a way to make yourself look like an idiot. Yeah. Bye, I think. Yep, that's all I had to say.